Rest in the house of God. One day, a rich businessman was going to a village for some work. It was rainy season and it was raining heavily, and the potholes on the road were filled with water. Suddenly, the car broke down on the way. There was no one with the businessman. He parked the car on the side of the road and started waiting for a vehicle. But due to heavy rain and storm, the road was deserted. When the evening started to fall, the businessman started worrying. Suddenly, he saw a poor man passing by on a bicycle, sitting in his car on the side of the road. He called out to the cyclist and stopped him and asked if he could find a mechanic. The cyclist told him that in such heavy rain he would not find any mechanic anywhere. Hearing this, the businessman got worried. Then the cyclist said very politely, Bhai Sahab, if you want, you can rest tonight in the house of God, bullet nearby. You will get all the facilities to stay there. The businessman agreed. He thought that by staying in the temple tonight, he would find a way to get the car repaired. The next morning, the cyclist made him sit on his bicycle and started off. After some time, both of them reached in front of a small house. When the cyclist knocked the door, a woman opened the door. Addressing the businessman, the cyclist said, This is my wife, only we two live in the house of God. Our children work in the city. Come inside and sit comfortably. In a short while, the cyclist's wife brought hot tea and breakfast. Dinner also started cooking. The businessman was liking everything very much, but he was not able to understand one thing, that why the cyclist called his house the house of God. It is not a temple. Finally, he could not resist and asked why he was calling his house the house of God. People often say that God resides in my house, or I have built a place of worship for God in my house, or God has come to my house. Hearing this, the man on the bicycle said, Yes, you are right. People often say that the house in ours and God resides in your house, in our house, but we do not say so, because if we call it our house, then we can do anything wrong in it according to our wish. But if we call it good house, God house, then we cannot do any wrong or immoral work there and always live in the same good thoughts as we all do inside the temple. And the interesting thing is that as people say that after death we have to go the God's house. So if seen in that way, we are getting the happiness of living in God's house while we are alive. The businessman was very inspired by such a beautiful thought of that poor person, and he also decided to call his house God's house. God bless you video. If you like the video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.